Hello and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be using the Crystal Ball um, yes or no tarot cards. So I hope you have your yes or no question ready, and let's see what the cards want to answer you with. And then also I'm also going to be using the Divine Masters. I'm going to be taking two cards from this deck here, this one, and the Divine Masters, or you could even call them Ascended Masters, saints and sages and um, spiritual beings, the Ascended Masters and Divine Masters. The first card we're going to be choosing from the Divine Masters is going to be the strengths to the answer of your question, and then the challenges that go along with that answer. Okay? So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards and we'll begin. Yes or no question. Yes or no. Let's see what we have going on here. Alright, there's your card. Let's go ahead and shuffle the Divine Masters cards for you. Okay. Alright, Divine Masters, Ascended Masters, Sages, Spirits, Angels. What do they need? What message do you have for them on strength from their yes or no question? What is the strength that you bring to them? There's your strength card. Shuffle again, put our intentions into it. What are the challenges? What is challenging them for this answer on their yes or no question? What guidance can you give them on the challenges of that answer? Okay, that one wanted to come out. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, are you ready? Your answer is unlikely. Your answer is unlikely. So, is unlikely is kind of like a maybe. But unlikely doesn't necessarily a bad situation. You know, it's not really all that bad. It's just perhaps this isn't the time. This isn't the time or the place to be one of wanting a yes or no. Maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe there's something yet that's going to transpire into you for learning about whatever your yes or no question was. If you notice, I don't know how well the camera is picking it up, but this little tiny card, there's a rope here. There's a rope on either side, and it's ready to fall. It's ready. The rope is ready to come apart. It's just dangling together by a few little strands here, as though there's like a knot. I don't know if you've ever crocheted or knitted or used a spool of yarn, you know, and they always have that one piece that you can pull out of the center to use. And sometimes as you're pulling it out and you're going along, it knots up. So that is just kind of giving you a scenario of what this card is looking like. So the answer to your question is unlikely. And again, you know, there's You know, there's the world here behind it. There's the world here behind it, behind your question. So, you know, the universe this just isn't the right time for you to be receiving a clear answer, possibly, or like I said, there's still could be something that you need to learn. So let's go ahead and see what the strength is behind this answer of unlikely to your question. And you have Serapis Bay, activation to grow, make the necessary changes. Make a necessary change. This is your strength. In order to get a more positive answer, or maybe you were looking for the answer of no, you know, you have to make some changes in your situation to get the answer that you wanted. Let's go ahead and read about him. Serapis Bay. I don't know much about this Ascended Master, so I am going to look in the book here for you to give you a better, clear answer. This is a new deck for me as well, so I don't really know all the Ascended Masters. Okay, Serapis Bay is a divine master who is responsible for helping those on earth move through the process of ascension, which isn't about transcending the body, but fully aligning the soul, mind, and body to transcend all earthly limitations. He is a divine being who, according to the Ascended Masters, teachings was a priest, a spiritual practitioner during the time of Atlantis, and like many of the spiritually aware Atlanteans who were consciously living connected to Source, he fled the land before it was hit by the catalysm and went to Egypt, where it is said he chose to incarnate several times as a priest. In one of his incarnations, he's believed to have unified the Greeks and the Egyptians in harmony and peace. To illustrate this, he was depicted as Greek in appearance, but with an Egyptian headdress and breastplate. A temple of Sepphoris is mentioned in a historical text dating back to 323 BCE. This powerful guide now assists those on Earth willing to move beyond stagnant ways of doing things and into a more enlightened way of living. He is the master of the new age. And your message is, this is a time of change. Out with the old and in with the new. This isn't a call to discard traditions, but to reflect on what has been learned and how things can grow. You are being invited to move things forward rather than resist the changes taking place. The universe is encouraging you to know that if you do resist change, when it does come, it might be more difficult for you to adapt to it. So don't hide and run from it, but meet it with grace. Your answer was unlikely. So, make some changes. Make some changes in your situation. If you want a yes answer, or even if you want a no answer to your question. The universe is encouraging you to know that if you do resist change when it does come, it might be more difficult for you to adapt to it. So don't hide or run from it, and meet it with grace. Your energy is being activated now. This means that the gifts and knowledge that have been locked within you are rising to the surface. Your ideas, your beliefs are changing, which means changing which means changes will begin to unfold around you. If you meet with resistance as you chart your new course, it's important to stay aligned with where you are going and what you are creating rather than being pulled back into the old. You are here to evolve. Now look at this here. If this doesn't show up, I'll put it up in the corner. Your answer was unlikely. Look at these ropes, like I was saying. And I'm going to read this last part of what Serapis Bey is telling you. If you meet with resistance as you chart your new course, it's important to stay aligned with where you are going and what you are creating, rather than being pulled back into the old. You are here to evolve. Being pulled back into the old. Being pulled back into the old. Look at this rope, like we were saying, right? It's being pulled. It's being pulled each way, and it's going to unravel, and soon it's going to bust. This is the change. The change needs to be made. Because you know, this rope is old, obviously, or it wouldn't be fraying like that when it's being pulled, right, or stretched, right? So change your ways. Change your ways to have a different outcome. So let's go ahead and we're going to look and see here now. What are your challenges? What are the challenges on this question, on your answer? You got Buddha. Heightened awareness. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. Make peace with your thoughts on your question. Or with the answer of unlikely, right? Make peace with it. Make peace with it. Go through those changes. Work on it. Make some changes to get the answer that you would want. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. I'm going to go ahead. I'll read about Buddha. I know many of us know about it, but I'm going to take it directly from the book for you. This is for your challenges, for the challenges to make peace. Make peace for change, right? The strength. You have the strength to go ahead and make these changes. This was your strength card. And Buddha's telling you to make peace with having to make that change. If, you know, to get a more clear answer, because your answer right now was unlikely. It's not saying no and it's not saying yes. It just needs some more work done. It needs mending. There's a rope, right? It's breaking apart. It needs some mending. It needs some tender love and gratitude, and put some grace into it as well. You know, all those fancy words. Okay, here we go. I have to apologize on the words here. I can't pronounce this word already. I see a word I don't know. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, started his life as a mollycoddled prince, but one day he broke free from the palace grounds and was exposed to the harsh reality of life in the form of sickness, age, and death. It took him to the core. Suffering was real. This set him off on a spiritual adventure. Led to leaving behind all earthly pleasures in order to search for an end to all suffering in the world. Today, the Buddha is a spiritual master who is willing to help all beings move beyond fear and suffering. Even if you are not practicing Buddhist, this amazing soul will help you reflect on your past and understand your present, so you can reach a heightened state of awareness and stay connected to what is real and true. And your message is, don't fight the thoughts that disturb you. For when you fight your thoughts, you create a war in your mind. Your thoughts aren't your enemies. In fact, your mind is a neutral space that allows you to connect with both fear and love. When this card comes to you, you are being guided to know that when you experience fear, you have the opportunity to stand in love. When your fears appear in thought form, instead of fighting or running from them, be aware of them, acknowledge them, and realize that they are a part of you. Just like the Buddha, you have the ability to become one with all that is. When you see your fears and experience them with all your being, they can no longer have power over you. You see, you are only trapped in the prospect of fear, not fear itself. Today you have the opportunity to make peace with your thoughts in order to encounter more peace in your world. So this was your challenge. This was in the challenging position, that challenge of fearing, of having fear and believing that whatever your question is not going to be where you want it to be, right? Unlikely, it's saying. But again, just take a long look at, go back if you need to, rewatch what these two here are saying for you on your strength and the challenges for your answer of unlikely. And remember that it's this rope here that's just being held together by a little twine. Don't go back into the past, right? Don't go into the past. Face your fears. Don't go living in the past, and face your fears, for you have the strength. This is going to be a challenge for you to get a different type of answer that you want, but it is possible. It is possible. You have the world behind this rope, the universe. These Ascended Masters are giving you some great advice. So there's your reading, and I hope this has helped you in some way, and have a great day. Bye.